Hi everyone and welcome to the video. I recently went to Mexico with my family, and in this video I'm going to show you the Seadust Cancun family resort and talk about my experience after staying there for 1 week. The hotel is massive. It's 12 stories high, plus the main lobby level, where all the restaurants are. The hotel is big and pretty clean. Unfortunately, the sea was very rough and red flags were on all week while we were there. When you walk in there, it feels spacious and you don't have a feeling of being trapped. The rooms were the biggest I ever had when I went to a resort. They were clean and everything worked as it should. There's plenty of space in the bathroom, but the shower was nothing special. We opted for the family suite, which came with bunk beds. There's actually a third bunk bed underneath the lower one. Because of our family suite, we had a larger deck than most of the other rooms, and we had a good view of the sea. There's a mini-putt course on the resort, and you'll see it advertised everywhere when you look for information about the resort, but unfortunately it wasn't in good condition. It's fine to play with your kids, but you won't be spending your whole vacation here. Here it's the gift shop, which again you probably won't be here too often. And then there's a view of the lobby from the 3rd floor. While you're in this resort, you spend a lot of time inside, since there are no outside buildings that you're walking to and from. You're always inside this main building, but somehow it never feels crowded, and as you can see, it's pretty open. If you choose this resort, I imagine you have kids, and this is the hallway that leads you to the main attractions, the forts and the pirate ship. This is like a seating location, and there's a Mexican restaurant that's here as well. Unfortunately, it's not open most of the time. This right here was the highlight of our vacation for sure. I have 2 young children and they very much enjoyed this section of the park, which is for the younger kids. The big castle and slides were nice for older kids, but my kids being 5 and 3, they did not make it up and down those slides. I did though. Close to the pirate ship location, there's a daycare center. It's a cool place for kids to play inside and stay cool. Here I'm just trying to get a shot of people coming down the big slides. Near this location, there's also a place for teenagers to hang out. They got some video games, ping pong tables, but it didn't seem very busy. When it comes to food, there's plenty of options. What you see here is an outside grill that's for lunches and whatnot. This big place is the food gallery, and where you'll eat most of your lunches. There's a ton of videos out there that show you the food in more details, so check these out if you're looking for food pics. I did not have a hard time staying full while I was on vacation. Maybe it wasn't the best food I've ever had in a resort, but it was easy to find something to eat everywhere and every time. This grab and go is called Cactus, and it's a nice place to get some lattes and cappuccinos. They could also make you a sandwich, Subway style, but it did take quite a bit of time to get your food. They had a lot of options for real restaurants. What you see here is the Samurai, which is their Asian Japanese food. I ate there, I had some sushis and a pad thai, and it was good. The Big Ben restaurant is their steakhouse. This is the Mexican restaurant, which is only open for lunch and only on a few days. This was one of the things I was disappointed about, because when you're in Mexico, I would have loved to have much more Mexican food. Guacamoles, tacos, and nachos. Honestly, there was not a ton of it. The Florencia restaurant was definitely one of our favorites. We ate there twice during the week. I think I had the seafood pasta both times, and it was delicious. It looks pretty fancy too, and that never hurts. The Lighthouse restaurant seemed very cool, but this was one that was rarely open. So we just walked by it and see the big lighthouse tower. But I don't remember us ever going in and having some food. We went in April, and I don't know if it was the off season or something like that, but it may have been one of the reasons why some stuff wasn't open all the time. The Manhattan restaurant was one that we really enjoyed. We went there a few times also. It was advertised as deli food, more like burgers, fries, and sandwiches. It was really good. The staff was friendly and nice to be around. Unfortunately, the bartenders were always short-staffed, so we often had to wait about 5 minutes for a drink. As far as the looks, everything was pretty beautiful and clean. In the middle of the hotel, there's a couple of bars. There's the Midway and there's the La Barra bar. And they serve you drinks, but it's only open in the evenings. So you have to go to the bars next to the pool or the beach in the daytime. There was a sports bar also, but because of some renovations in the lobby, spa, and gym area, they relocated some of the equipment there so people could still work out. On the second floor, there's also some sport courts for basketball and tennis. I never saw anybody playing here during our vacation. Even if the sport bar was closed, they had one that was called the C bar, and this was also an adult-only bar. I imagine it's more where people can go to party, except as you can see, it was empty and this was pretty late at night, so I don't know how much traffic they are really getting. The vibe of the resort is definitely a family resort. I don't think if you're single and ready to mingle, or if you really want to party, that's the place for you. It's only families, kids, that's definitely their target market. There was an adult pool section too. It was on the second floor, and this is one of the only places where I saw young adults that were kind of partying and doing shots. The beach was not a highlight of this resort. First of all, it was pretty rough, big waves. I was unable to bring my kids in the ocean and jump the waves with them because it was so strong. It could really just throw you down. But the sand was nice and there weren't too many rocks, and it was nicely kept. And not too much debris and stuff. No trash on the beach, nothing like that. Just because of the way the hotel is constructed, kinda tall and narrow, the resort itself does not own a big stretch of the beach. So as you can see, a lot of equipment like chairs and beds are kinda stacked up over one another. There is a bar close to the beach. I recommend you use this one because it has the least amount of wait time. If you go to this resort, you'll probably spend most of your time around the main pools. As you can see, there's a kids pool on one side and there's 3 big infinity pool in front of the resort, kind of leading into the sea. I was concerned that they would be jam-packed with people, but actually it was easy to find a spot or room to play with your kids in the pool. We really enjoyed our experience there. It comes down to what your expectations are. If you look to get some sun, enjoy the pool, spend some time at the beach, but you really want to focus on your kids having a good time, this might be the place for you. Like I said, they really loved the pirate ship and the little castle with the slides, and they enjoyed the pool. They had brought their floaties in there and had a really good time. On the other hand, if you're looking for some fine dining, this is probably not the spot for you. If the beach is number 1 on your list of priority, probably avoid this resort as well. Look at the other options. Myself, I'm not sure if I'll go back on this side of Cancun because of how the waves were so intense. Overall, I'd give this a 7 or 8 out of 10. It redeems itself on cleanliness because it was clean, but it loses some point on food because it's nothing that's going to blow you away, and it loses some points on the beach too. One thing I haven't really talked about was the entertainment, and there was plenty. Every night we would go to a show at the theater with my kids, and they loved it. The shows were aimed and directed at children. I don't know if you go there with just you and your wife, if you're gonna be so impressed, but there's plenty of things to entertain your kids. Most of my content on this channel is more related to mental health and wellness, but I do believe that making time for family and enjoying trips together contributes to this as well. Thanks for watching. I'll try to document future trips in the same way. Since you stuck it out till the very end, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it a great deal. Take care.